Welcome back to Tech Take. I'm Adam Housley in Los Angeles. You know, brewing and home beer has really become such a popular thing that you've seen all different kinds of companies, big and small, get into ways to have a better beer experience at home. Well, one of those companies we've seen at a recent event, and our producers and I were all out there, and we have to tell you, it caught our senses, but the technology behind it also a little bit different than what you're seeing in some of the other things on the market. Here is Philip Petracca. He joins us in our New York studio. He is the CEO and founder of the Fizzics Group. You can find them at Fizzics Group on Twitter as well as Fizzics.com. And Philip, appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, Adam. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You know, what was interesting for us when we saw this is it's kind of one of those situations where you see it and you're like, well, that makes sense. Why didn't someone think about this before? And because, you know, there's a lot of different things in the market. There's the brew, there's the kegs, the personal kegs you put in your fridge, which my wife hates because it takes up half the fridge. And there's people that make their own beer at home trying to find the best way. Do you have to bottle it yourself or can you put it in growlers? And, of course, you have all the different beer pubs around the country that are now giving or are selling growlers. You take them back and you get refilled. And this kind of solves all of that. Give us kind of the technology behind this.
Sure, Adam. You know, we were absolutely amazed with the craft beer movement that's going on right now. And people have a lot more appreciation for the different styles of beer and how they're drinking and appreciating the beer. And about 2 years ago, my co-founder and I were sharing a great draft beer at our favorite brew pub. And I just looked to David and I said, you know, why does beer taste so good, fresh from the brewer's tap, but it just doesn't taste the same out of any can or bottle or beer? And that kind of began our journey for Fizzics. And what we developed is a technology platform that can elevate and improve the flavor taste of beer from any can, any size bottle, even up to a 64-ounce growler. And how we do that is we developed a number of different know-how and techniques, but we pour under pressure, and we utilize sound waves to perfect the density, stability, and texture of the beer. And we do all this on 4 AA batteries, giving you over 212-ounce pour in a form factor that weighs less than 3.5 pounds.
So there's a lot of technology there, but for the people at home, it's as simple as putting batteries in, putting the beer inside, making sure the unit's clean, which isn't that hard to do, I assume, and then literally pouring a draft. It's that
Absolutely,
simple.
yeah.
I was talking about sound waves and all this other stuff. I mean, because yeah, in fact, show us, because, you know, one of the issues I think that a lot of people have had, at least myself being a beer drinker and a wine drinker, is that, you know, with wine, you can aerate it very easily. You pour it through one of the aerators, great, or you just let it open up and breathe. Beer is not the same thing, as you know. And a lot of these beer machines out there are not necessarily user-friendly. So explain how this one is user-friendly.
Right. So how it works is you take any bottle or can, up to a 64-ounce growler, and you place the whole bottle into the canister, and the feed tube will go into the bottle. You just shut the canister. Now let me show you how quickly it works. You just push the handle forward to tap the beer. We're pouring the pressure now. And you'll notice, like, when we do so, we're not agitating the beer, creating a lot of foam. Then when you push the handle in the backwards position, we utilize our technology, sound waves. And if you look at that, it gives you this very rich, smooth, and creamy foam head, which will amplify the aroma and give you a lot more flavor and taste, elevating the beer drinking experience to a better-than-tap flavor and taste. And cleaning it is super simple. You simply would just
real quick.
You just take a glass of water, place it into the canister, and you run it through the system for about 5-10 seconds. You just rinse out the drip mat, and you're all set. And remember, this was designed by 2 guys, so ease of use and ease of cleaning was definitely top of mind.
Yeah, you got to like that. You know, what's interesting, too, is that I guess if this had been 10 years ago, would you have been able to get this to the market? I know you guys went through Kickstarter, one of the online campaigns that are out there that a lot of companies are using successfully. But, I mean, it lets people get their product to the market a lot quicker and maybe faster than someone else who might be trying to do the same thing. Kind of tell us that quickly, how that worked. I mean, obviously that was a successful movement for you guys.
Sure, I mean, absolutely. When Dave and I first developed our first really crude early-stage prototype, we showed it to our friends and family, and they loved it. They encouraged David and I to pursue it and bring it to market, but we figured they're our friends and family. Of course they love us. They're going to tell us to pursue it. And then we printed up a 3D prototype. We took it to a beer festival, and it was the most surreal experience for us, you know, commercializing technology our whole lives. We had a line of people intrigued and simply blown away by the flavor and taste and what we did to their favorite beers. So we utilized crowdsourcing to really test the pricing elasticity, the marketing message, and really understand if there was a demand for the product. And we experienced a huge amount of support from the beer-loving community on crowdsourcing. We blew through our goal the first day that we launched on crowdsourcing. We quit our jobs the next day, And we've realized, Fizzics was a product that there was a lot of demand for in the marketplace. And in a short period of time, we've taken the product from a prototype, commercialized it. We're in mass production now. We just launched nationally with Brookstone as a leader in holiday gift-giving items and technology and innovation. And we're super excited to be able to share a Fizzics beer with people around the world.
Got to go real quickly. Price point?
$169.
$169. All right, Phil Petracco, we appreciate you coming on. Good stuff. Really cool to see how you guys came through with this. Wish I would have thought of the idea, honestly. You guys came through. Such a great idea and came through with the technology behind it. Very cool. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Fizzics Group is their Twitter handle. You also can find them on Fizzics.com or as well as at Brookstone, as you mentioned. Phil Petracco, thank you for joining us from New York.
Thank you, Adam. Cheers.
All right. Cheers as well. Not yet for me, though, unfortunately. I'm Adam Housley in Los Angeles, and you're watching Tech Take.